Good evening, friends. This is Thursday, April 2nd, and here in South Denver, we have a rainy, sleety, snowy day and evening, and the snow has come. So bring on the spring storms. My name is Kama Hamilton Morton, and I am the senior pastor working alongside the good folks of Denver Grace United Methodist Church. We are just west of I-25 and Yale, on Yale Avenue. And while we're not worshiping in the building right now, we are worshiping online. Denver Grace UMC here on Facebook. Also on our our new YouTube channel, where I've been uploading all the videos we're doing onto YouTube, Denver Grace UMC. And we just invite anyone who is seeking and searching and pondering life's journey to connect and reach out if you're looking for a place and a community to connect with. So this has been a day I've been thinking a lot about the rhythm of life and delight and joy and beauty and suffering and death. Those are the themes that lead us into and through Holy Week with the stories of Jesus. But it's also for us, we can think of examples when we may hook into any one of those images in our life. And I have a parishioner that I've been sharing that has been in the ICU and is on a ventilator with COVID-19. And tonight it was shared with me that he is doing well for the day. His body's actually resting. He's getting, the ventilator is doing some good work, and was told that at least right now he's the best person on the ICU. So that's great. There's still a long road ahead to see if he'll be able to come out of it and be able to be well and whole. But for today, that's a celebration. Do you have moments? Do you have memories in your life? Do you have either in your own life or persons that you know or that you love where that rhythm of life, man, sometimes it's like a slow, steady creek, just that you're enjoying along for the ride, and all of a sudden you're over a cliff or you're on a waterfall or you're over some jagged rocks, and it can change in a moment. That is the beauty and the blessing and the challenge of life, isn't it? And so for this night, my friends, I hope that you are finding yourself in a place where you can ponder the now, the here and now, that you can take into account how you are, how your loved ones are, how your friends are, knowing that tomorrow the universe and the world turns, and that we know not what we will face tomorrow. But we are invited to hold what we can face and what we have at the moment. So I'm going to invite us to breathe deep. You're going to breathe in for 4 and out for 4. So the scripture, our Bible, begins with a book called Genesis. And it's a word that harkens back to a phrase that means in the beginning. And Genesis is a great book of the Bible. I've done summer series where the whole summer, every Sunday, was just taking some of these soap opera stories that are in Genesis and unpacking them. And they're wonderful because they're just so real, and they are us, the characters, and we can find ourselves in them. But the very beginning, the first chapter of the first book of our Bible and of the first book of the Jewish scriptures, in the beginning, and there's this poem So the Bible begins with a poem, with a beautiful lyrical, metaphorical description of creation that spans the universe, spans the galaxy, spans everything, and hones in on our world here, this beautiful blue planet that we reside on, and that describes the flow of creation. And as the poem goes along, there it starts in the beginning. God created, and there was light, and there was the light for the day and the light for the night, and then and each paragraph says, and then it was evening, and then it was morning, the first day, the second day, the third day. I invite you to find your Bible and to open it up to that beginning poem in Genesis. And just, it's not a history text. It's not a science text. It is, the beginning of Genesis is a lyric meant to connect us in words that are beyond words. And so I invite you to take that for the next couple nights and to pray it and breathe it and think about our planet and the myriad of creation that is upon the earth. But that phrase that is repeated over and over, and it was evening, and it was morning the next day, and it was evening, and it was morning. And so tonight, we're at this moment time, and it is evening, and it will be morning, and another day of our life ticked off on the calendar. And what will we be facing tomorrow? So, anyway, so I just was thinking about that. That's one of my favorite poems in the Bible is that first creation story. It's just beautiful. And in some ways, I love it because from what we know, from what the science has taught us and shown us, the rhythm of creation in some ways reflects what we think might have developed in the development of our world. But it's done in a way that is just deeply full of images that can impact us. And so I have a brief reflection from our resource, Guide to Prayer for All Who Seek God. Maybe that was upside down. I don't know for you. And we are in the week, the 5th week of Lent week, where the theme is Notorious Hope, a Notorious Hope. And we are invited, as we're getting closer and closer to Palm Sunday and Holy Week, to have a notorious hope and to think about what that means, given the historical context and given what the heck is going on around us today. What does it mean to have a notorious hope? And so this is a paragraph from a work called The Art of Spiritual Direction. The Art of Spiritual Direction by W. Paul Jones. He says, Christian existence involves a life of incredible rhythms, of highs and lows. So think about that evening and morning and evening and morning. So I thought this fit in. Of highs and lows, whether in a concert hall hearing Beethoven's Ninth Symphony or in a Memphis dive trumpeting the blues. Its antinomies include a hunger for community, yet a taste for the silence of aloneness. Isn't that interesting? The rhythms of life, whether Beethoven's Ninth Symphony or a Memphis dive trumpeting the blues, include this hunger for community, along with a taste for the silence of aloneness. The yearning is for intimacy, but the embrace occurs on a wind-swept hill called Golgotha. That is the hill that the story of Jesus' death occurs, at Golgotha. There is an emptying out of all thought and imagery in order to lose oneself in the unknown and unknowable. Yet there is an excitement over the playfulness and imagination and the intensity of mind. Christians are claimed by a past that hopes for the future, by drinking deeply of the present. Isn't that lovely? Let me say that again. Christians are claimed by a past that hopes for the future by drinking deeply of the present. They are daring persons for whom belief is etched with faithful doubts. They hold tenaciously to what has been bequeathed, yet they gamble on the new being born. I just love that. I thought, again, back to the rhythms, evening and morning. And here we are thinking about the rhythms of our life, the type of intimacy and community and aloneness and silence, and that we are people who are out of a past, we're yearning for a future, but we are called to be right here, right now. And that is so hard for us as American Western people. We are just on to the next thing, on to the next thing, on to the next thing. And yet again, as other readings and prayers have invited us to just try for a split second just to be. What would it be like if I could be as serious about the practice of being as I am about the expectations of doing? What would that be like to be a spiritual practice leading into Holy Week? That we might individually, collectively, that we might lean into this image. Then there was evening, then there was morning, the first day. Then there was evening, then there was morning, the second day. What would that feel like? I don't have all the answers. I'm working on that myself, and I'm hoping to take most of tomorrow off if I can get my worship stuff just finished up, and some of Saturday completely off. Because I don't know about you, but all the phone calls, the emails, and the Zoom meetings are exhausting. And it's a different kind of tired. And there are things that we can think of to fill every hour of every day, even though we're not physically present in the way we have been in the past. And so maybe as we enter into this Thursday evening, leaning into the weekend, leaning into this Holy Week, try to breathe. And in that slow breathing, may it be a trigger for us. Oh yeah, can I just be? Can I just be right here for a moment? Knowing that we are on this walk of life together and yet separate, and that we have tomorrow to try to unpack tomorrow. And that is our hope. So I'm going to go forth singing, thinking about the rhythms of life and that Genesis chapter 1, the poetry of the evening and the morning, and that reading about from the Art of Spiritual Direction, which I just loved. This is a song that I love. We sing this at baptisms, we'll sing it at funerals, and just in general, and it has a rhythm of the being of life and our relationships and who we are. And it is called, I Was There to Hear Your Borning Cry. I was there to hear your borning cry. I'll be there when you are old. I rejoiced the day you were baptized to see your life unfold. I was there when you were but a child, with a faith to suit you well. In a blaze of light you wandered off to find where demons dwell. When you heard the wonder of the word, I was there to cheer you on. You were raised to praise the living Lord, to whom you now belong. If you find someone to share your time, and you join your hearts as one, I'll be there to make your verses rhyme from dusk till rising sun. In the middle ages of your life, not too old, no longer young, I'll be there to guide you through the night, complete what I've begun. When the evening gently closes in, and you shut your weary eyes, I'll be there as I have always been, with just one more surprise. I was there to hear your morning cry. I'll be there when you are old. I rejoiced the day you were baptized, to see your life unfold. Isn't that lovely? So the rhythm of life, my friends, may you think of where you're at in the journey. And we're in this for the long haul, whatever that means for today. And so may you rest your weary eyes. May you breathe deep. May you receive the gift of thinking about the connections that you have, and the evenings and the mornings and the next days that you have, those you have lived and those that you are hoping to live. And may we give thanks for all that is, for all that we hope can be changed, for healing of body, mind, and spirit, for strength for those who are going through struggles or illness, for those for whom this may be their last night, for all of those who are on different stages of life's journey, whether they are aware of it or not. May we hold each other, and may we seek that rest with ourselves, with our beloveds, and with our God. And may you know that you're not alone, that you are held, and that you are called to share love with those around you this night. Grace and peace, beloved. I'm taking tomorrow off, so I will see you Sunday night at 8 for a bit of meditation with a little Thurs Apr prayer. God bless you and keep you. Amen.